La tripulación del Crew-10 llegó a la Estación Espacial Internacional, esto luego del exitoso lanzamiento de esta misión desde el área de Cabo Cañaveral. Yo estuve cubriendo el evento desde incluso que llegaron los astronautas desde el Centro Espacial Johnson de Houston hasta el Centro Espacial Kennedy. Aquí les muestro imágenes de todo lo que allí aconteció.
Out here, and man, it's so incredible to fly into this landing strip knowing that we don't have a return ticket back to Houston. We are going to take a little bit of an adventure before we go back. So it's really great to be here. On behalf of Crew-10, thank you for taking the time to come out here. Thank you for taking the time to tell the story of this mission. We have been working a long time to be ready for the next coming months. We've been working a long time to be ready for launch, and we are very, very excited to be here. And again, we rely on all of you to tell that story. So Reagan briefly introduced my crew, but just one more time to my left, this is Takuya Nishi. He's one of our mission specialists, an astronaut from the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. This will be his second flight. And when we get to space station shortly thereafter, he will be assuming command, and he will be our commander over the coming months working on the International Space Station. To my right is Russian cosmonaut Kirill Peskov. He is a 767 pilot. He's in the 2018, right, cosmonaut class. And this will be his first space flight. And both of these gentlemen are 767 and a 757 pilots as well. To my far right is Nicole Ayers, a major in the U.S. Air Force and an F-22 pilot, and she will be the pilot of the Dragon this week. And again, my name is Ann McLean. I am incredibly humbled and grateful and honored to be serving as commander of Crew-10 on this mission. I'm a colonel in the Army, and my background is on helicopters, so this is going to go just 1 or 2 knots faster than what I'm accustomed to from my background. And we're very excited to be part of NASA's Commercial Crew program. This program has proven to be able to provide safe, reliable, and cost-effective shuttling service of us back and forth to the International Space Station. And as I flew in today, I was reflecting on the difference between my last flight and now when it comes to the Commercial Crew programs. In early 2019, those of you that watched the first uncrewed flight of the Dragon test that got to space station, my crewmates and I were lucky enough to open the hatches and float into that vehicle for the first time. But even then, to us astronauts, it still seemed like a long time away that we were going to put people on those vehicles and fly them to the International Space Station. And it's only been 6 years. And this is our 10th operational mission for the Commercial Crew program. That is absolutely incredible to me. But one of the things to point out is that, you know, we're not just flying up to space just to fly up to space, right? We are going up to work on the International Space Station. The International Space Station is our massive orbiting national laboratory, okay? And up there we conduct hundreds of science experiments every single day. This is the 25th year that we've had it continuously crewed. The space station, it's about the size of a football field, or for our international partners, soccer pitch. And it was built by human hands all across the world, launched from all over the world, and assembled in low Earth orbit. And that is just phenomenal to me, if you just think about the scale of what we're doing up there. And it takes a full crew to continuously crew the space station, both for science and for maintenance. And that is the work that we're looking forward to doing when we get to the space station. We've been in constant communications with Crew-9, Crew-9 has been doing this spectacular mission for the last 6 months. Butch, Sunny, Nick, and Alexei, they've been conducting science, maintenance, and they've been keeping the station running, and we're ready to high-five them, bring them home in the coming weeks. The International Space Station is really an asset for humans all across the world. It provides us a unique vantage point from which we can observe our own Earth. It provides us a unique environment for science investigations, like in microgravity and in harsh conditions with radiation. But I want to say that the International Space Station really operates under the mission that NASA set forward, which is to be for the benefit of all. This is not for the benefit of our crew. It's not for the benefit of any one country. It is for the benefit of all. The space station and our mission is just as much about the 20-year-old college student in Africa as it is about the teenager growing up in India, looking up at the stars, and all of us. It is not just our mission, it's your mission too. Some of the things that have come out of Space Station in the last 25 years. If you or a family member are impacted by Parkinson's disease, then you have benefited from the research on the space station. If you know somebody that's going through cancer and receiving immunotherapy, Keytruda, then they have benefited from the experiments that we do on the International Space Station. If you've had LASIK surgery, if you suffer from osteoporosis, then you have benefited from the research on the space station. If you've ever watched your evening news as a hurricane approached the coast of California, and you've seen a picture that it looks like you took it from your telephone, okay? That's the International Space Station bringing that to you. So it is an incredible research platform. We are very excited to take part in a couple of those experiments, some materials experiments looking at materials flammability for deep space exploration. We're continuing some really fascinating research using crystals for Parkinson's research. And we're doing more experiments on the human body to understand how long duration flight impacts us so that we can continue to push. But again, I want to remind us that everything we learn on the space station, it's not kept a secret. It is for all of you. And I encourage you to go on the website, look at the NASA websites out there, and see just how much it's impacting your day-to-day lives. And it's really humbling for me and for our crew to get to be part of this amazing mission. You know, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. This year also marks about 50 years since Apollo-Soyuz, or Soyuz-Apollo, depending who you ask. Okay, and you think about the day and age when that occurred. We had two spacecrafts from historically adversarial countries come together in unity in low Earth orbit. Think about the amount of work and the cooperation that took. And that really laid the foundation for what we can do today in spaceflight and on the International Space Station. It is far easier to be enemies than it is to be friends. And it's far harder to build partnerships and build relationships than it is to break them. You can break them in a day. And it's easier to critique than it is to participate. The success of these programs rely on leaders of character from all countries, all walks of life, all agencies, all badges, all companies. Leaders of character, visionaries who wake up every single day and work on a long-term plan for the benefit of all of us. And if Crew-10 could ask one thing of everybody here, it's to do that in your own lives, to build these bridges, to build relationships, to build partnerships, because look at what we do when we work together. It is truly an honor to be here, and it is so humbling to think of all the people over the last 40, 50 years that made this exact moment possible. And again, I want to personally thank the media that took the time to be out here, because you telling the story is what enables our mission. And I know it's hot out here on the tarmac, so I'll get you out of the sun here in just a second. But as Reagan mentioned, we will be taking questions tonight at the press conference, and we look forward to that. So go JAXA, go Roscosmos, go NASA, go SpaceX, and go Crew-10.
All right, thank you so much to Anna and the crew. Really powerful and inspiring message, so thank you so much. I do just want to remind our media partners that their news conference will be held and broadcasted on NASA Plus later this evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, following the conclusion of a mission overview teleconference with mission managers that will begin at 5:30 p.m. We hope to see you there.
Me encuentro en el área del complejo de lanzamiento 39A en el Centro Espacial Kennedy de la NASA, donde 4 tripulantes, entre ellos 2 astronautas de la NASA, un cosmonauta de la Agencia Espacial Rusa y uno de la Agencia Espacial Japonesa, van a estar llegando a lo que es la Estación Espacial Internacional, despegando precisamente de esta plataforma. Ellos conforman el Crew-10. Es una misión de rotación para la Estación Espacial Internacional. A mis espaldas pueden observar el cohete Falcon 9, que mide unos 70 metros de alto, unos 230 pies. Es en el tope donde tenemos la cápsula Dragon Endurance, que mide unos 8 metros o unos 27 pies. Y es allí donde estos 4 astronautas irán rumbo a la Estación Espacial Internacional. Cabe destacar que este es el vuelo número 11 de esta cápsula y todo esto forma parte del programa de tripulación comercial de la NASA. Los 4 astronautas que componen la misión Crew-10 ya acaban de salir de este edificio, se han montado en los vehículos Tesla y ahora van directo hasta la plataforma de lanzamiento 39A. Quiero que vean este momento.
3, 2, 1, y ahí ciertamente estamos viendo el lanzamiento del Crew-10, que dice, debo decir, que está saliendo el rumbo a la Estación Espacial Internacional, que se va a acaban de salir en el área, digamos, la tripulación, como